Southeast Tech to become a registered nurse. Macy Ham, daughter of Carrie and Jesse Ham. Macy plans to pursue dental hygiene at MNSU Mankato. Naya Ginsbaugh, daughter of Melissa and Wade Ginsbaugh. Naya plans to attend the University of Wyoming and pursue a degree in psychology and eventually build a career in social work. Let's give these seniors a big round of applause and thank them for all the entertainment they've given us over the years.
Check one, check one. Sounds good, right?
Check, check, 1, 2.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coach Ginn's Court inside Ginn's Gym here in Hill City, South Dakota for tonight's girls varsity basketball matchup between the Douglas Patriots and the Hill City Rangers. Joining me this evening are the voices of Hill City Ranger basketball, Josh Dias and Blake Gardner.
All right, welcome in here tonight to Ginn's Gym. The Hill City Rangers taking on the Douglas Patriots. Hill City coming in 10-7. They won their last game against Lead Deadwood on last Friday night, and the Douglas Patriots coming off a win also. It looks like they beat Custer by 1 point on Tuesday, last Tuesday night. So team coming off with a win.
Yeah, Coach Clark has done a nice job here this year with the Patriots. I know when they beat Belfouche, it was the first time that they had beat them in a decade. Rapid City Journal did a nice write-up, and Coach Clark was, very gracious towards Belfouche, and he was really excited at the trajectory of this team. Again, they're located in Box Elder, South Dakota. Coach Clark in his 5th season here, and, they're just trying to stack wins on top of each other, and I know this is a building block season for them, relatively young. They have, looks like 4 seniors on the roster, so, they'll have a lot of underclassmen playing.
Yeah, you said kind of stacking up on season. As you saw last year, they were 2-18, already 4-8 right now, so they're have a better record than they did last season already. There you see their record this season, or their schedule this season. Started out rough, playing some good solid teams. Rapid City Stevens rated in Class AA. Rapid City Christian, a good solid team. But then in the last few games, they've played some closer games, and obviously got that win against Custer the other night. So this was that score here. I think it was on February 3rd, it looks like. 1-point win, 45-44 over the Custer Wildcats. And on the Hill City Rangers side of the thing, actually Class A, Douglas is a Class AA school, so they play in Class AA. You see they're sitting in 19th right now with that 4-8 record. I think the top 16 teams in Class AA get to the Sodak 16, so they're looking to string a couple wins together, maybe sneak into that top 16.
So moving over to Class A and the Region 8A girls right now, of interest for Hill City, sitting in that 3 spot at 10-7. You know, really Christian and St. Thomas More have kind of gotten to that next level, and then Hill City's right there with them. So you see 10-7 tonight, a big game, and the Rangers want to finish with 3 wins on the season.
Yeah, 10-7, like you said. I was just looking at the schedule. The Rangers have actually won 7 out of their last 8 games. The one loss was to the Wall Eagles, which is a team that's rated in Class B. And like I said, they did beat the Lee Deadwood girls on Friday night, coming off a win there.
And you guys were just talking about St. Thomas More. Here's live score from their game.
Yeah, Mapaialuta is just fantastic this year. They're certainly the front runner, in my opinion, to win the state title. You watch them play, they're just so good, so solid, can beat you in a lot of different ways.
Yeah,
so.
One thing we'll talk about here tonight, as you and I were talking about before the game, Lily Ham in a walking boot. Sounds like she injured herself last night in practice. She's obviously a big part of the Hill City Ranger team. They are deep. That's the one thing that they have going for them, but they're going to have to do it tonight and possibly for longer without Lily here. So
yeah, Coach Anna Eckert back on the sideline. Some sickness hit the Hill City Rangers last week, and Coach Eckert had to miss the Lee Deadwood game. So Coach Travis Santos-Steven got his first varsity win for the Hill City Ranger girls.
Yeah, and there you see it. We talked about the Rangers have kind of reeled off quite a few wins in a row. They did lose that one game in a close one to Wall, but won 7 out of their last 8 games. Let's see if they can get back on the winning train here, keep it going against the Douglas Patriots. Expect a good one.
Well, thank you for tuning in here from Hill City, South Dakota. We're going to go live over to Greg Schrader, our PA announcer, in about 10 seconds. You might notice a little different camera angle. Bob Lind, it's going to be okay. Relax. Just giving you a shout out. A little jittery, he said, but it'll work.
Good evening and welcome to Gins Gym for tonight's girls basketball matchup between the Douglas Patriots and your Hill City Rangers. Please rise and face the flag for the playing of the national anthem. All right, we'll start out by introducing Hill City's cheerleaders. Layla Williams, Daisy Williams, Lucy Schock, Harper James, Isa Villalobos, Josie Winter, and Anna Winter. The cheerleaders are coached by Rudy McDaniel Dewey and assisted by Tracy Anderson. And now for tonight's starting lineup, starting with the visiting Patriots. A 5'4" senior, number 5, Emma Blazier. A 5'5" senior, number 10, Ramsey Johnson. A 5'8" senior, number 24, Olivia Harris. A 5'6" junior, number 32, Madeline Melton. And a 5'11" junior, number 41, Riley LaJoy. The Patriots are coached by Mike Clark, assisted by Tony Keene, Brooke Clark, and Caitlin Hare. And now, the starting lineup for your Hill City Rangers! A 5'4" senior from Palmer Gulch, number 3, Elena Dean. A 6' senior from North Rockerville, number 12, Demi Schreier. A 5'4" senior from the west side, number 13, Jalen Peter. A 5'10" senior from Enchanted Hills, number 21, Macy Ham. And a 5'9" senior from Major Lake, number 22, Naya Ginsburg. The Rangers are coached by Anna Eckert and assisted by Travis Santos-Steven and Travis Eckert. Let's play Ranger ball!
All right, well, welcome to senior night from Hill City and the last regular season home game for the Hill City Ranger girls here as they take on the Douglas Patriots. LaJoy and Schreier set to tip off, and it's retained there by Elena Dean, who beats her girl off the dribble. Ginsbach, open look, passes on it.
So it looks like the Patriots are in a man-to-man defense here. Well, let's see, might be zone actually. Pass inside to Ginsbach. Can't get that one to go, but I like going inside.
Absolutely. We talked about that last week where we liked that the Rangers have really changed their focus, trying to play a little more inside out, and you saw Ginsbach pass up a three-pointer earlier and was able to get the ball inside, so turnover that way for the Patriots.
Yeah, Rangers in a good solid man-to-man defense here, created the turnover. They're going to try to pressure the basketball, and it does look like the Patriots are in a man-to-man defense here.
Yeah, the Rangers, they'll try to cut through, and they get the matchup that they like. You just see there's Ham with a nice face cut on Johnson, unable to go, but that's 2 shots there right at the rim that I think the Rangers will take.
Yeah, the Patriots, Rangers show that full court pressure even off of a missed shot, so they're going to try to pressure the basketball and get another steal there for a second, but then looks like Peters steps on the line. He'll stay with the Patriots, but good solid defense here to start out for the Rangers.
So no blood yet, 7:04 left here in the first quarter, and Patriots triggered the ball in from the sideline. Ham gets their hand on the ball. Nice dribble drive by Johnson, not able to convert, and Lena Dean's going to grab the ball off to the races, throws ahead to Ginsbach. Unselfish play, and just a lid on the rim down there, but again, 3 really good looks at the rim.
Yeah, 3 layup opportunities for the Rangers. Can't get them to go, but Ham will get herself a trip to the free throw line, and you think sometimes maybe you see that free throw go in, might get the lid off the basket for the Rangers. But like you said, they're going to take those shots all night long if they can get them. First one up and good there by Macy Ham for the first points of the ball game.
So the first one is good. We'll see if Jostradamus is right, if this takes the lid off the rim, and the second one is up and good. First foul there for the Patriots on Harris.
Yep, and the Rangers now come up. This is full court man-to-man defense. Patriots advance it forward. They're going to have to get it across the line here. It's right at, yeah, and they are going to call a timeout real close to the 10-second violation there. So a timeout taken by the Douglas Patriots there to retain possession. Good start for the Rangers here. The Douglas Patriots just kind of settling into the ball game, looks like right now.
Yeah, I feel like Hill City's been the aggressor so far in this game, and I think that's a good timeout by Coach Clark. It avoided a turnover, but you're a minute 20 into the game and it's saying, hey, let's just take a little breather. Let's withstand that first punch and get them together and draw a play coming out of the timeout.
Yep, I agree. A good timeout, good opportunity to talk to the team there and just gather yourself, gather the team, make sure everybody's on the same page. You know that the Rangers are going to pressure you now and step up and handle it. So Patriots will inbound from the sideline. It's Johnson ready to trigger it in. Now it looks like the Rangers are going to go back into a 2-3 zone after that timeout. So sometimes you'll see coaches do that, just mix up after a coach takes a timeout to set up something against the defense that they've seen. Switch it up and go to the
good
zone
point.
defense.
15 left on the shot clock. So Douglas takes a long three, and Ginsbaugh is going to foul. It's not Johnson. It's Harris. So Ginsbaugh with a little bit of a long close out there. You know, we always talk about the rule of verticality. If you go straight up and down, probably not going to get a call. Ginsbaugh closed out a little bit too much at an angle. So 3 shots for Harris. First one is up and good.
Yeah, so the first points of the ball game for the Patriots come via the free throw line, just like the Rangers, but they're going to have an opportunity for 3 here. Second one on the way, and that one rims off. Third one upcoming for Harris, a 5'8" senior guard for the Patriots. And that one's also good. So ties the ball game here at 2. Patriots get back in their man-to-man defense. Elena Dean brings the ball right to the rim. Can't get it to go, and rebounded there by Bazur of the Patriots. She'll get it over to Johnson, quickly into the corner there to Harris. Tries to get the ball into LaJoy, but that'll go off the Patriots and turn it over to the Rangers here. So you see the Rangers are really trying to push the pace, and the Patriots are trying to slow that pace down.
I was just going to say that the formula for success with Douglas is to really make the game kind of choppy. You know, the wins that they've had have been in the 30s and low 40s, and that's their formula for success. Shot on the way is no good from Peters, so it'll be turned back the other way. You know, another factor is Douglas does, you know, they do play a physical brand of basketball, and Hill City's had trouble with Douglas over the years. Typically, you know, there's been victories, but it's been kind of that lower scoring, grinded out game. And it's senior night. Does that play into account?
You know, it could, yeah. You kind of get that in the back of your mind as a player. This is your last home game. So, you know, maybe a little bit more on their mind than normal. So pass inside there, up and good there by Blazura. It kind of snuck through her, right to her in the lane there, and the Patriots take a 4-2 lead. Quickly back the other way come the Rangers. Nice pass by Dean into Schreier. Schreier gets that one to go to tie the ball game up.
Yeah, and if you're a Ranger fan, just keep sticking to the formula. You're getting good shots. You're getting them at the rim. Use your defense to create offense here, so that one goes for Ham.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're looking for. And another turnover there for the Rangers created by the defense. Going to be a bench warning here, it looks like, on Coach Clark. Thought there might have been a contact on both of those steals, I think. So the Rangers will have the basketball. Baseline out of bounds here. Dean to trigger it in. So it's going to be the third play around play. They get it into Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh's going to take the long three-pointer. She gets it to go. So now Rangers quickly to a 9-4 lead here. 4:49 left to play in the first quarter.
Ginsbaugh's got to be careful. I was just going to say, and
No, actually,
Douglas steps on the line. I was nervous she was going to pick up her second foul, but it'll go the other way.
yeah, Daryl Franzen will check into the ball game for the first time. Had 5 seniors starting on senior night. The Hill City Rangers pretty loaded with seniors, so they have 8 in uniform, and they've all started ball games. So they've played started a lot of different starting lineups this year. They really have a lot of girls that can come in off the bench, or they're going to call an offensive foul there on Nia Ginsbaugh. Good defense there by the Patriots. Melton to take the charge, and that'll turn it over. That's going to be Ginsbaugh's second foul, so she'll come out of the ball game, and Delaveau will check into the ball game for the first time for the Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers continue to have that full court press, and like you said, 8 seniors on the roster suited up, and that type of depth allows you to play a very aggressive style of basketball where you can get up and down the court and you can press a little bit. So Douglas breaks the press, but even there's 22 on the shot clock. It takes them a while to get the ball across half court. Good defense there by Daryl Franson. She comes away with a steal, looking to go the other way, and she'll slow her down, crossing half court, and they'll organize.
Yep, Elena Dean now with the basketball. She's guarded there by Johnson. Reverses the ball over to Franzen. Going to be a three-pointer taken from Macy Ham. Can't get that one to go, but then Schreier comes down with the offensive rebound for the Rangers into Delaveau. Nice pass there into Ham, and Ham's shot can't get that one to go either. And Lazier comes down with the rebound for the Patriots.
Yeah, really nice pass by Delaveau there. Had her back to the basket, felt the double team, and there's going to be an over and back for the Douglas Patriots.
Yeah, and that's just one of those, the pressure didn't directly cause the turnover, but just sped the Patriots up, caused that turnover, backcourt violation, and will turn that ball over to the Rangers.
If you're watching at home, feel free to text us or get on the YouTube channel and make a comment. Give us a shout out where you're watching from. So the Rangers coming back the other way, high ball screen or off screen. They call that their inside triangle.
Rangers trying to look to the inside. Actually, Andy Franzen had checked into the ball game there at that last timeout. Gets it to Daryl Franzen. That three-pointer on the way is no good. And scramble for the basketball. I think there's going to be a foul called there on Andy Franzen.
So the referees talk it over here, and both teams to the bench, it looks like. We'll sort it out with you here live.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a foul on Andy Franzen. That was the initial foul. Johnson kind of got landed on, and she pushed Andy off. So I think they're just discussing what's going on here.
So first is a foul on Andy, then a technical foul. He didn't signal who the technical was on.
I think it was number 24 of the Patriots. So I think that technical foul will go on Olivia Harris.
So that's 2 fouls now for Harris. Looks like Elena Dean will come out to shoot the free throws.
Yeah, it doesn't look like, I don't know if they've explained what happened here. Still trying to figure it out, so we'll let you know when we know. 9-4 here, 3:05 left to play in the first quarter. Kind of brought this game to a halt.
Yeah, and if you're watching, you're in for a treat. At halftime, we have the youth cheer camp. Rudy McDaniel's cheer coach hosted a camp after school. 70 elementary girls tried out for the cheerleading camp. So
all right, you can see a really good crowd here. You can see it at the bottom of your screen. The cheer girls are very on the right-hand side of the screen. Can't quite see them, but at halftime you will. First one up and good there, that technical free throw by Elena Dean. Second one on the way and also rolls down.
So the Rangers 4 for 4 at the free throw line here in the first quarter with an 11-4 lead. Macy Ham leading the way with 4 points.
And Rangers will get the basketball after the technical foul. So Elena Dean brings the ball into the front court. Gets it into Schreier. Schreier's going to turn the corner, get to the rim. Shot doesn't go, but gets her offensive rebound and gets that one to go. So,
yeah, really good ball fake by Schreier as Franson was coming off the high screen. You see the boys team run that play quite a bit. Nice play there to turn the corner and missed her first shot, but was able to get the rebound.
Does pick up the foul there, trying to steal the basketball. Just kind of reached and slapped on the arm there. So that'll be Schreier's first foul, team's fourth. So next foul, the Patriots will be shooting. Franson, the pressure defense.
Yeah, nice job of Elena Dean trying to get right on that left hip, pushing, trying to push Blasius the other way.
Three-pointer on the way there, going to be off the bank board and in. That's Olivia Harris. Gets that three-pointer to go, so brings the Patriots back to within 6 points. Rangers quickly up the court. Now they're going to back it up and set up the offense. Delvaux with the basketball. Gets a cutting Franzen back to Andy Franzen in the corner. Skip pass now. Delvaux's going to take the three-pointer. On the way, going to be off just to the left, and the rebound taken down there by Blasius, who checked into the ball game for the first time for the Patriots, and that's going to be a foul.
Looks like
on the Rangers.
Andy Franson and Macy Ham will check in for Schreier. So that is the 5th team foul. That puts the Patriots at the line.
Just under 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Blasius go to the free throw line. She's a 5'4" junior for the Patriots. First one on the way is good. So the Patriots creeped back within 5, have a chance to get within 4 here. It looked like the Rangers, were on a really nice run there. The Patriots have made a three-pointer and now a free throw to kind of stem that tide. Second one on the way and going to be just hard. Rebounded there by Macy Ham. Now the Rangers look to run the sideline break. Patriots do a nice job of getting back defensively to stop that. So the Rangers are going to set up their offense. Really have the offense spread out tonight. Ball's going to be turned over there. Those are the type of turnovers we've talked about kind of this season, maybe a little bit unforced turnover there by the Rangers. And I'd like to see them get back to trying to get that ball into the post. They started out the game doing that. They've kind of gone away from it these last few possessions, and Patriots are getting back into the ball game right now.
So the Patriots cross half court. Good hard baseline drive, and Franzen picks up her 3rd foul, I believe, and we'll have to see who they call that on, but that's Blasius dribbling to the rim.
Yeah, it looks like it's Andy Franzen's first foul. So she'll go to the bench. And
I must have given her fouls to somebody else, or I don't know.
Jalen Peters will check back into the ball game.
This is what you get, right? I mean, this is what the entertainment you pay for
right
here.
Second one up and good. So the Patriots back to within 3 points here. Minute 29 left to play here in the first quarter. Rangers have had some empty trips the last few times down. Macy Ham reverses the ball to Elena Dean, player to just move their feet. Play good, solid defense. It looks like they kind of fell in love with those couple turnovers that they got. Now they're trying to reach and steal everything and just going through the offensive player and letting the Patriots get back into this ball game from the free throw line.
Yeah, so Johnson knocks down the first one. Second one is up, and it's going to be no good. Rebounded by Franson. Under a minute left here. The Rangers try to run that sideline break. Douglas scouted it pretty well. They're able to get back on defense. Elena Dean organizes the offense. Ball moves around the perimeter. There's that hard shuffle cut, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it'll go to the Patriots. So remember, it was 11-4 here, and now it is a 13-11 game. Momentum all in the favor of the Patriots, and a lot of that's the Rangers putting the Patriots at the free throw line.
Yeah, see if they can have a good solid possession here without fouling.
So
Patriots going to try to go over the top, get the ball into the front court. Three-pointer on the way, and going to be just short. Rebounded there by Macy Ham. Now the Rangers look to push. Elena Dean over to Franzen. Franzen's going to put the three-pointer up and get set to go.
That was a much-needed bucket for the Rangers. Daryl Franzen knocks it in. 16-11.
Now the Patriots see if they can. Shot clock's off, so we'll see if they play for one or they try to get the first good one that they see.
Seven on the clock. The Rangers steal it, throw it ahead. It's going to be a race. Schreier corrals the ball, gets a shot up with 2.3. That's one of those tricky ones. When you let the ball bounce, sometimes it seems like it takes off on you. And Schreier let the ball bounce and was able to sprint and catch up to it and get the shot off. So.
Yeah, and there's just a few seconds left too, so you're trying to go quick. She obviously had some time. Did get fouled, go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. First one's going to be hard off of the back of the rim.
Schreier with 4 points here in the first quarter. That's the first missed free throw for the Rangers. They were 4 of 4, now 4 of 6, and that's how the first quarter should end. And 16-11, the Rangers have a lead.
Yeah, so 16-11, Patriots have done a nice job of kind of clawing their way back into the ball game. After that technical foul, actually, is when they kind of just slowed down and the Rangers started to foul and allowed the Patriots to go to the free throw line, and they shot their free throws well.
Yeah, it's one of those that credit to Douglas. Down 11-4 early in the game, you think maybe, well, it's not our night, and they throw in the towel, and they continued to battle there, and they cut it to 2 points. Really good job by the Rangers, though, like hanging in there. I'm sure they're talking about it in the huddle here. The beautiful thing about the new foul rule is it sets back to 0. So it's like, hey, play good, solid, fundamental defense. Even that last possession, Josh, it looked like one of the Ranger girls closed out really long and could have had another foul.
Yeah. I think you're right. I mean, we talk about let's play without fouling. I think a good goal for the Rangers is maybe let's play this quarter without letting the Patriots get into the bonus. Play good, solid defense without fouling. And it'll come on the offensive side, by pounding the ball into the post. I'd like to see them get back to that. And I think they will maybe with this lineup. They've got Macy Ham and Demi Schreier, two of their bigger players that can get to the post and get some of those good looks. So
absolutely. So for the Rangers, they'll start Dean, Franzen, Ginsbaugh, Schreier, and Ham, like you said. And there's a turnover for the Rangers. Good defense by the Patriots to knock the ball away, so the ball comes back the other way. Quick hands by Elena Dean, and it will stay with the Douglas Patriots. So
yeah, it looks like the Rangers now are in their 2-3 zone. I think that was kind of a zone trapping press, and they fall back into the 2-3 zone here out of the man-to-man. So see how the Patriots want to attack that zone.
Nice dribble drive. Shot on the way is no good, and really good job of staying with it there for St. Andre. She was able to beat Ham with a quick first step going baseline and then drew a little contact, so she'll go to the line, and that'll be foul on
Ham. Yeah, that was really good stick-to-itiveness there. She missed the first shot, but the one was able to get the offensive rebound and was fouled. Knocks the first free throw down there. Second one on the way in, rolls off. Demi Schreier comes down with the rebound for the Rangers, so 4-point lead for the Rangers. Just at the beginning here of the second quarter. Good look there, good find by Elena Dean. Macy Ham in the post, able to get that one to go. Extends the lead to 6 points for the Rangers. Patriots are able to break that press. Shot going to be off the front of the rim, no good. Tied up there. It's going to be a stay with the Patriots. Back into the ball game. Checks Harris. She'll give LaJoy a break. LaJoy looked like she kind of got hit there. She'll go to the bench.
Baseline out of bounds play for the Patriots. Goes to the corner, swung to the top. Blazure shot on the way just off. Rebound by Ham to Dean as the Rangers look to push the other way. Franson's got 1-3 already in the game. Like we said, it'd be nice if you're a Ranger fan to see them try to pound the ball
and
inside.
there they do it right there. Gansbaugh doing a nice job of posting up. It's kind of trapped underneath the basket, and that'll turn the basketball over. I like the thought to go inside there, but good defense by the Patriots. Now a steal there by Franzen. Franzen's going to shoot it up and can't get it to go. Rebounded there by the Patriots now. So a little bit sloppy basketball on both sides right now. See if both teams can kind of settle in this second quarter here.
I'm just sitting here thinking, I would assume Hill City's probably the favorite in this game. And, a really nice job by Douglas here. They always say, if you're an underdog, you want to win the battle of the boards rebounding. I think they're doing a pretty good job on the boards. But the big one they always talk about is getting to the free throw line. Nice run out there by Schreier. And it almost sounds like a made-up stat, but it's a Duke Coach K stat that you want to actually make more free throws than your opponent attempts. And right now, the Patriots have made 7 free throws in the game, and the Rangers have only attempted 6.
Yeah,
so they're doing that thing right now, and as a result, they're still down 8, but they're hanging around. And we'll see how both teams respond here in the second quarter. I kind of had a feeling that maybe the Rangers were going to go on a run, and when it was 11-4, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was 30-8,
Yeah.
And again, credit to Douglas for hanging around, battling, closing that gap, and I'm sure Coach Clark is down there saying, hey, one possession at a time. Let's go get a bucket here. He's got a set play drawn up, I'm sure.
Yeah, I want to give some credit to Demi Schreier. She's kind of carried the Rangers thus far. She did a nice job right there getting ahead of the defense and was fouled by Elena Dean. Has some nice baskets right around the basket and doing a nice job on the board. So going to be a turnover there for the Patriots. Just 2 players in the same spot and kind of got mixed up on who was going to be handling the basketball.
So Aspen Veneklassen will check in for the Rangers. Aspen is a 5'7" junior. Ball comes across half court. Aspen has the ball. Rangers set a high screen. Dean catches it on the wing.
Pressure defense by the Patriots.
20 on the shot clock. The Rangers throw it into Schreier. Can't get that one to go, but nice feed there by Dean, and they're going to call a foul on Schreier. So that'll be 2 on Schreier.
Second team foul for the Rangers here. 5:12 left to play in the half, and that'll send Schreier to the bench. Delaveau will check in to the ball game. See how the Patriots handle this kind of 1-2-2 or 1-2-2 trapping press, and it's going to turn the ball over to the Rangers there. So I kind of like that defense better. They're just kind of putting some pressure on the ball, not going for the steal, just applying that pressure and say, hey, if you can beat it, great. If not, you turn the ball over, we'll take that too. So Ginsbaugh with the basketball. Reverses it to Delaveau.
Kind of a fun matchup here is Johnson and Dean. Johnson's a quick player, athletic, physical. She kind of lowers her shoulder and gets into her there. But I've been watching her. She's trying to match that physicality with Dean. Dean's as quick as anybody in the Black Hills Conference, and so it's just fun to see those two battle. But that's 2 fouls now on Johnson.
Ball inbounds to Ginsbaugh. Rangers swing it around to Dean. Good cut there by Ginsbaugh. She gets the ball in the post. Can't get that little turnaround jumper to go, but gets her own rebound. Nice work there by Ginsbaugh to keep possession for the Rangers. Delaveau now is going to get to the basket, and she'll be fouled on the play, and that's going to be Harris's 3rd foul for the Patriots. It's going to send Kinsey Delaveau to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Hey, Josh, usually my mom is watching from home saying, hey, the 2 best announcers in the world. She is sitting underneath the green sign on the far right up there. She is in person, no headphones in, so she can't hear us.
I think it's delayed anyway, I've heard, so it's really hard to try to listen when you're here. Second one on the way is going to be short. Rebound.
But anyways, we will not be getting any positive vibes or comments from my mother tonight. So
those are the only positive comments we usually get. So
ball swung around the perimeter for the Patriots. Blazur's shot on the way is up and just long. She's had 2 or 3 that have been right there. They've just rimmed out, and that one will turn back over to the Rangers. 4:11 here before halftime, and for the Patriots checking into the game is Johnson.
Yep, and Jalen Peters checks back into the ball game for the Rangers now. So she gives Dean a break. 3-pointer on the way by Ginsbaugh, up and going to be just off the side of the rim, going to go off of Peters, and that'll turn it over to the Patriots. So kind of another little bit of a lull for both teams. Patriots down by 8, just midway through the second quarter here.
Yeah, nice job by Vinna Clausen to jump that dribble drive there. And St. Andre is going to travel. Good job by Ginsbaugh to slide up and try to take a charge. Checking in will be Ham and Andy Franson for Aspen Vinna Clausen and Nia Ginsbaugh. Like you said, both teams have kind of been stuck on this number for quite a while, 20-12 for just over 2 minutes.
Hartley checks into the ball game for the Patriots. Franzen to Delaveau. Skips it over to Peters. Right back to Delaveau. Good defense there by the Patriots. Just a little bit too much congestion down there in the paint. Going to be a tie-up, and that'll turn the ball over. Or excuse me, it'll stay with the Rangers.
Yeah, Blasius read that perfect for the Patriots. She just stayed at home, and the Rangers run their loop play. It's going to be kicked out, ball swung around the perimeter. Franson wisely says, hey, let's organize. They have Delaveau in the post.
Ham now with the basketball, over to Peters. Back to Delaveau, and she'll be fouled on the play. That foul is going to go on Johnson.
That might be 3 on Johnson. It is. And
yes, so the Patriots kind of in some foul trouble. Haven't had a lot of fouls, but they've been committed by just a couple girls. Delaveau's free throws up and good, so the Rangers get off of that 20-point mark.
The crowd loves it. They're excited. It's been a while, so Rangers look to get to 10-point lead here as Delaveau's second one is just short, and Franson is going to get in there and get a jump ball, and it'll go to the Patriots.
Dean will check back into the ball game. She's coming in for Daryl Franson. Patriots with the basketball. Rangers with that 1-2-2 trapping press here. And it's going to be a 10-second violation. That'll turn the ball over to the Rangers. So like we said, it's just when you can kind of play that pressure and let the other team make the mistake. If you pressure them enough, you're usually going to cause that rather than trying to force it and foul. So nice job there by the Rangers defensively.
Dribble handoff by Ham, gets into the paint. It looks like the Rangers trying to run a little bit of a weave. The Patriots do a really nice job of that pack line defense where they just kind of sag off and stop dribble penetration. And I do think that's what they've changed, Josh, here in this, right after the start of the game when the Rangers were going inside.
Yeah,
the Patriots have really packed it in.
Yep, I agree. Rangers steal it. Nice cut there, nice pass. Macy Ham with the basket and the pass by Jalen Peters.
8 points now for Ham. She leads the way for the Rangers.
So now the 11-point lead for the Rangers here. 2:07 left to play in the first half. Delaveau almost steals the ball again, and she does. So 2 steals in a row there by Kinsey Delaveau. Kind of sparked the Rangers here.
So yeah, if you're Coach Eckert, you're saying, hey, 2 minutes left here before halftime. Let's finish. Let's extend this lead. Let's grow that thing. And so we'll see what the Rangers do. Dribble, handoff. Ball moves around the perimeter. Comes all the way back to Dean, guarded one-on-one. Ball screen. And with all that movement, Ham got left alone in the post and inside-out game. Nice bank shot there by Elena Dean. Good pull-up 12-footer.
Mid-range and knocks it down, uses glass. Like to see that. You see so many players, sometimes they just want to get the bottom of the net and don't use that glass. She did a real nice job of doing that there. Three-pointer on the way is going to be short there. It's attempted by Harris. Comes down with the rebound there and a tie up on the floor. Andy Franzen in the middle of it, as we have come to expect. It's going to go over to the Rangers, and Schreier's going to check back into the ball game, and also for the Patriots, LaJoy will check back in.
You know, it's just funny you were talking about Andy Franzen and what you expect, and I was watching her, and she guarded 3 different players just chasing the ball that possession and ends up tying the ball up. So she is just a hustle player. Really good ball movement here by the Rangers as Elena Dean dribbles baseline's going to
be fouled, it looks
like
on
a
the play.
reach-in foul there by Blazur, and that'll be her first.
Eden Wilderman is going to check into the ball game for the Rangers for the first time. She's a 5'4" 8th grader. She's been getting more minutes here as the season has been going on.
Rangers look to run that third player around, screen the screener, and don't quite execute it correctly. Nice dribble drive and pass there by Franzen, and Ham can't quite get it to go. Franzen rebounds it, and
going to be a foul on the Patriots. Really good hustle there by Andy Franzen. Keep that ball alive after the nice pass.
So now the Rangers this quarter get to the bonus, so Franzen will go to shoot 2. So the Rangers 13-point lead, 48 seconds left here in the first half. Franzen's first shot is on the way. It is no good. And Rangers have left some points out there at the free throw line tonight. Checking into the game is St. Andre for the Patriots. Second one on the way is up, and it is good. So Franzen goes 1 of 2 at the line, gives the Rangers a 14-point lead here at halftime, and really a solid defensive effort in the second quarter, only giving up 1 point.
Got Delaveau. She stole the ball on that exact same kind of play a couple possessions ago, just kind of playing that free safety spot and reading the eyes of the passer, able to knock that one out of bounds, stays with the Patriots.
Shot is tipped, and so the shot clock is off. Rangers look to run here, and I would expect nothing less that the Rangers stay aggressive, and Ham won't get it. And it's going to be a foul on Franzen. So Ham had a couple cracks at it there, and they wouldn't fall, and now it's a foul, so Franzen is going to pick up her third.
Dean will check into the ball game, so she doesn't pick up her fourth here. 22 seconds left to go in the first half. See if the Patriots play for one here. Bring the ball into the front court. It's Harris with the basketball. Guarded by Wildeman. Actually, it's that 2-3 zone.
Really nice job of attacking the middle. 3, 2, 1. We'll see. Oh, can't get it to go, but a really nice run out. That's 2 quarters in a row. The Rangers had a run out at the end of the quarter.
Yeah, so after the first half of play here, the Rangers lead the Patriots 26-12. We'll take a few-minute break here. Be back 5 or 6 minutes to go over some scores and talk about the second half.
All right, welcome back. There's 2:20 left before tip-off in the second half, and we just had a riveting halftime cheerleading girls entertainment. So,
Yeah, the court was filled with Ranger cheerleaders. It was fun. Hey, just want to say we apologize tonight for the video. We had a computer catastrophe over the weekend, and we're getting up what we can get, and it's we're happy to at least be able to present the game to you tonight. So, technology, right?
absolutely. So, leading the Rangers for points is Macy Ham with 8, Schreier with 6, 4 for Lena Dean, and then 3 for Franson and Ginsbaugh, 1 for Andy Franson and Delavue. Really, the story here is the second quarter, the Rangers allowed 1 point. They allowed 1 free throw. That was it. The Patriots only have 2 field goals in the game. So all of their points have come at the free throw line, and that's something that we talked about briefly in the first quarter is like, you know, if you're the Rangers, stop putting the Patriots at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that's what they did. 2 free throws attempted in the second half, and before that, you said I think there were 7 free throws, in the second quarter, 7 attempted in the first quarter. You know, one thing that they did is they went to that kind of 1-2-2 trapping press, and then back into the 2-3 defense, kind of were able to play defense without fouling in that second quarter. Obviously, you'd like to be able to see them do that on the man-to-man defense too.
Absolutely.
So.
Landon compiled some headlines for us here. If you guys have followed, the Wagner Red Raiders, Ashlyn Kupel, she's committed to Nebraska. She made the McDonald's All-American team. That was a big deal when we were growing up, is to get selected for that team. MR3 enters the top 10. Man, that guy is a prolific scorer. He's been really fun to watch for Pine Ridge. The advisory committee held a meeting. They're talking about classification, round of 16, verse 32. Dave Hollenbeck from West Central, formerly St. Thomas More, 550 career wins. They're 17-0. That looks like a good move from him.
And he's closing in on that. He's at 448 going into tonight.
548, okay. And then our good friend Bill Vincent picks up.
Fellow commentator. One game he came out last year and did a game with us, picked up his 500th career victory. Congrats, Coach Vincent.
He's one of us.
He's one of us.
So we'll start the second half here. Looks like it's going to be Douglas basketball, down 14 points to the Rangers, and we'll see what they get going and what Coach Clark drew up at halftime. What do you think Coach Eckert said in the locker room?
I mean, kind of the same, right? I think they want to try to play defense without fouling and get some flow kind of going offensively. They had a couple periods in the first half where they were able to do that. Try to put together for a full quarter maybe here. The Rangers,
right on cue. They start with a 2-3 zone. Douglas attacked it really, really well. They went short corner and then to the free throw line, but shot does not go, and so Dean pushes the ball back the other way. Man-to-man defense for the Patriots. Good dribble drive there by Peters, and then she'll throw it over the timeline, so it'll be a turnover. Over and back for the Rangers, so 7:33 left here to start the third quarter. Both teams go empty possessions the first time down, and so Patriots get the ball back, still down 14. Rangers zone. Douglas attacks it. They want to get the ball to the high post. Once it goes to the wing, number 41 slides to the baseline. You see that it's pretty common zone offense. And turnover, though, the Rangers come back the other way. And another turnover for the Rangers. So 3 of the 4 possessions have been turnovers here in the second half. I'm sure both coaches are pulling their hair out. Shot on the way is no good for Douglas. And the Rangers come back the other way.
Yeah, so see if the Rangers can get something going offensively. That is a nice look. Nice pass by Dean. Able to find Schreier right underneath the basket, and she gets to go. So the first points of the second half put up by the Rangers. Stretch that lead out to 16 points here. Rangers are in that 1-2-2 zone press. Back into the 2-3 zone. Patriots get the ball to the short corner. Rangers do a nice job of cutting that off, and the Patriots will reset here. It's Johnson with the basketball into the post to Harris. Back out to Blazier, and Blazier gets that three-pointer to go. She had a number of them in the first half that were just off the mark. Starts off the second half here with one, and then Ginsbaugh's going to try to answer from long range. Can't get that to go. And that rebound taken down by LaJoy.
Yeah, really nice
Patriots.
job boxing out. It's almost like a drill when the ball bounces and then you go get it. So really good job. Give her some kudos. Ball gets moved around the perimeter for the Patriots. Rangers in the 2-3 zone. Baseline drive is going to be tipped. Stolen by Peters. Thrown over to Ginsbaugh.
Now Dean comes back and gets the basketball up to Macy Ham. Ham over to Ginsbaugh. Ginsbaugh. Nice cut there by Ham, and good pass. And Ham gets that one to go. She struggled with a few of those in the first half, and she looks at the bench and kind of gives a fist bump because she got that one to go. Nice cut there by Ham. Good look by Ginsbaugh. Now the Patriots try to get the ball across half court. Stolen away by Ginsbaugh, but she can't quite control possession. And that'll go back over to the Patriots. Now they have a chance to push with numbers here. That shot is going to be up and no good. Johnson, and then rebounded by the Rangers. Elena Dean. Dean quickly up the court to Ham. Ham over the top to Schreier. Now Ginsbaugh's going to take the three-pointer, and that's going to be just hard. Rebounded by the Patriots, number 32, Melton. And there's going to be a foul on the play. I think that foul is going to be on Nia Ginsbaugh. So
yeah, we talk about those sometimes frustration fouls. You miss the shot, it's a long rebound, and it's right there, and you just can't help yourself. You go in and you just grab an arm trying to go for the basketball. So Ginsbaugh checks out, Franson will check in, and the Rangers continue with the full court pressure, up 15 here in the third quarter. Franson just chases the ball. She's so much fun to watch, just like a sheepdog out there running around. So the ball comes across, press is broken there by Johnson.
And the Rangers fall back into that 2-3 zone, which has been fairly successful for them here since they went to it. Probably right at the beginning of the second quarter. It's going to stay with the Patriots.
So Patriots baseline inbounds. Not much movement there, and the ball gets thrown in deep to Blasius.
Blasius into LaJoy. Goes into Schreier, block. Johnson now with the three-pointer, rolls around the rim, doesn't go. Rebounded there now by Macy Ham. Ham up to Franzen. Franzen over to Franzen. She's going to drive baseline. Shot going to be no good, but the rebound there by Macy Ham, and Macy Ham gets that one to go. So the Rangers stretch that lead out to 17 points now. 4:18 left to play here in the third quarter. Ball's going to be thrown away, turned over here to the Rangers. So Daryl Franzen will trigger the ball into Elena Dean.
Ball goes to the wing. Moved around the perimeter. Franson cuts through. Schreier surveys the floor. Nothing doing. Back to Franson, and
yeah,
really good
Macy
movement.
Ham's really calling for the basketball. Back to Franzen. Good
good
cut,
offense.
yeah. And nice deep post there by Macy Ham. She called for the basketball. Gave it right back to Franzen. Near steal there, but then now the Patriots get it into the front court. Skip pass over to Johnson. Johnson dribbles free throw line. Shot going to be short, and that'll go on the out of bounds. Over to the Rangers. Into the ball game is going to check Summers. First time for her into the ball games. 3:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Dean over to Franzen. Franzen over to Andy Franzen. Good block there on the play by Melton. So Blasier is going to bring the ball into the front court. Picked up by Daryl Franzen. Now Johnson with the basketball. Setting up the offense. Johnson fakes the three. Going to step inside the two-point line. Can't get it to go. And Macy Ham's going to bring down the rebound. She's going to be fouled on the play by Summers. So Kinsey Delaval will check into the ball game here in the third quarter. Give Demi Schreier a rest.
So Coach Clark's going to get a technical foul, it appears. And so he's asking for some clarification there, but they gave him a warning earlier in the game, and typically the second time they have to stop a game to talk to a coach, it's a automatic technical. You see Coach Clark, he sits down because he loses his ability to stand. What is that? They call that losing the box. Is that right, Josh?
Yep, I think so. And
so Dean will go to the free throw line. She shot the first technical free throws and went 2 for 2. This one is up and good, so that's 5 points now for Dean, and gives the Rangers a 20-point lead. Remember, you get to 30 and it's a running clock. That one hangs on the rim and falls in, 6 points. Want to give a quick shout out to Sherry Lynn, might be the sweetest person outside of Bonnie Gardner, and I know that because she said, since my mom can't text us, she would text that we are simply the best.
That's nice of you, Sherry. I mean, we really need somebody to pump us up, and we appreciate that. So,
or we're insecure. Can you tell? We need some affection here.
That's right. So, ball comes into.
Oh, really good job there by Johnson to dive in. The Rangers tried to run that exact play earlier, and they were successful. And Johnson read it perfectly, went in and tied up the ball for a jump ball. Stays with the Rangers. Aspen Veneklassen checks in. Box set here on the baseline out of bounds. De La Vue, third player around, and then Ham gets the ball. Is going to kick it out to Veneklassen, who takes a look. And now the ball will get back to the perimeter. De La Vue wrapped up, and it will be, looks like a foul. And so that one will be a foul on number 30.
That's Summers. Her second foul. Team's third for the Patriots. So Veneklassen triggers it in for the Rangers. Gets it over the top to Daryl Franzen. Now back to Macy Ham. Ham to Veneklassen. Tries to get it into Ham. Good hands there by Ham to retain possession of the basketball for the Rangers. Now Delavaux. Up top to Franzen. 17 seconds left here on the shot clock for the Rangers. Gets the ball into Delavaux. And that ball's going to go over to the Patriots. Stolen away there. Now stolen right back by Franzen. And Franzen's going to be fouled on the play by Johnson. So Daryl Franzen to the free throw line to shoot a pair. It's 4 fouls on Johnson. First one on the way. Gonna roll off the rim. So into the ball game we'll check Olivia Harris.
Franzen with 5 points in the game tonight. Missed her first free throw. Second one is just a little deep, and it's gonna be rebounded by her. Kicked out to her sister, no good. Rebound by De La Vue. Rangers doing a nice job on the offensive glass, just pursuing the ball. And so they'll organize here. 3 out, 2 in offense as a pass and cut. Good curl there by Veneklassen. And Mellon doing a nice job defensively. Shot on the way is no good. We'll come back the other direction. Again, 21-point lead for the Rangers. 1:30 left here in the third quarter. Blazier crosses the timeline. Franzen will come out and guard. Ball goes inside, shot is up and no good. Ham's gonna grab it. The Rangers off to the races, back the other way. It's Franzen crossing the timeline. Finds Ham.
Nice cut by Macy Ham. A good find by Andy Franzen. So
14 points now for Ham in the game as the Rangers continue to extend that lead. You know, they always say that if you run the floor, a good guard will find you. And Ham just out-sprinted everybody to the other end of the floor and was a recipient of a pass from Franzen. Blazier's shot on the way is no good. Nice rebound by Andy Franzen to jump up and get that thing. Hands it off to her sister, Daryl. Now the Rangers go to work with 35 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Macy Ham takes a look, gets it over to De La Vue. De La Vue's three-pointer on the way, just short, but rebounded there by Daryl
offensive rebound.
Franzen.
7 points now for Daryl here. 4 in the third quarter. Rangers continue to apply that pressure defense, full court. Daryl Franson gets a steal, attacks the rim, no good. Ball kept alive by Andy. Now the Patriots with 8 seconds have a chance to attack. 5 on the clock, 4, 3, 2. Shot on the way is no good, so that's the way the third quarter will end. And the Rangers do a nice job defensively, so the last 2 quarters have only given up 4 points. They give up 3 in the third quarter.
Yeah, and they were able to do it without fouling. Both quarters, I think only 2 team fouls for the Rangers in the third quarter. We're able to stretch that lead out, keep the Patriots off the free throw line. Has kind of been the difference in the ballgame. Want to give out a shout out to Scott Ferguson, who seconded the comment by Sherry Lind. Thanks, Scott, for listening, and thanks for the nice comment on text.
And guys, I got a boys basketball score update for you. On the screen, St. Thomas More leads Paiute 35-18.
All right, thank you, Landon. Leading the Rangers here in the through 3 quarters. Macy Ham with 14 points, 8 for Schreier. I don't think that's a coincidence playing the style of basketball the Rangers want to play. That 2 of their post players are leading the way in point production. 6 for Dean, and a lot of hers have been attacking the rim. Daryl Franson, same type of deal. Flipping over to Douglas. Blajour, 7 points leads the way, and Harris with 5.
Yeah, and you talked about the post play. They're not only doing a good job of posting up, but they're doing a nice job of running the court. They've got some easy ones, getting ahead of the defense, and the guards have done a nice job of finding both Macy Ham and Schreier. So fourth quarter begins here, 40-15, Ranger lead. Douglas Patriots start with the basketball.
Man, just a total overload. I think they thought the Rangers were going to be in a zone. The Rangers actually switched it up, came man-to-man, and so the Patriots tried to overload it, and it looked like third, fourth grade basketball, just a bunch of people there. And typically the overload's an offense, right, that you'd run against a zone, but when you just go man-to-man, it just...
Yeah,
it looks congested. So the ball gets moved around here for the Patriot. Saint. Shot on the way. Going back the other way, Franson.
Franson over to Andy Franson. Nice cut there by Veneklassen. Veneklassen gets it knocked away on the shot. Good block there by Hartley. And the Patriots will bring the ball the other way. Johnson, guarded by Franson. Gets ball up to St. Andre. It's guarded by Aspen Veneklassen. St. Andre gets to the rim, and then she's going to be blocked by Peters, and then the ball goes off of St. Andre. So Ranger basketball here. 7:06 left to play in the ball game. Daryl Franson over to Andy Franson. Out to Schreier. Veneklassen with the basketball over to Daryl Franson. Now Andy's going to dribble into the lane. Back to Daryl. Daryl's three-pointer on the way. Going to be good.
So Daryl keeps the hot hand. 10 points tonight for Daryl Franson, and the Rangers' 28-point lead. Douglas crosses the timeline. 1-4 high set. They're going to go ball screen for St. Andre. Ball's going to be kicked around the perimeter. Really good defense there by the Rangers. Just nice defensive positioning. Face cut there, though, is
good give and go by the Patriots there. I think that foul is going to be called on Aspen Veneklassen.
Hartley will go to the free throw line to shoot 2, so Veneklassen picks up her first foul. Hartley has not attempted a free throw yet in the game. The first one is no good.
Delaveau, Dean, and Ginsbaugh back into the ball game for the Rangers. And Macy Ham also checks in. Second free throw for Hartley. On the way. And just deep. Rebounded there by Peters.
So Ginsbaugh, left wing, takes a look, moves the ball. Ham with a little jab step back to the middle, trying to run maybe a dribble weave there with Ginsbaugh. It's no good, so Ham catches Throws to Ginsbaugh, shot on the way, no good. Just kind of hangs on the rim, falls off, so it's corralled by the Patriots, who come back the other way. Johnson going at Dean. Throws it into LaJoy, gets her own deflected pass, kicks it out to St. Andre. 3 on the way is no good. Rebounded by Delavu, who throws it back to Dean. Kind of a dangerous pass. Dean catches, she's off to the races and splits the double team. Ham is there to rebound. Shot on the way is up and no good. Ham's gonna get fouled and LaJoy will pick up her first, it looks like. Ham continues to be a workhorse for the Rangers, 14 points tonight. She's 2 of 2 at the free throw line this evening.
First free throw on the way is going to be deep. Daryl Franzen is going to check back into the ball game for Jalen Peters. Also in is Summers for the Patriots. Second one on the way, also rims off. Ginsbaugh comes down with the rebound and gets that to go. Hung on the rim and dropped in.
And that gets to that magic number of 30, so the clock will run on everything except for what, Josh?
A timeout or a free throw.
So Dean corrals the ball up to Franson. Franson ahead of the pack, off to the races. Shot is up and good. So Daryl Franson now with 12 points. She's having a really nice night here. 47-15 lead for the Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers defense here in the second half, basically the last 3 quarters, has been really, really solid. It's going to be a jump ball. Daryl Franson chased that one down. That's kind of a, as a defensive coach, you want to make sure your players have really good defensive positioning, but as soon as the ball handler turns their back, sometimes you can give a little grace for them to go jump the ball. That's exactly what happened that time with Franson.
Nice cut, nice pass, and Daryl Franzen gets the left-handed lay-in to go. And going to be a timeout called here by Coach Anna Eckert. 4:19 left to play in the ball game. The Rangers lead the Patriots 49-15.
Yeah, the Patriots scoreless here in the fourth quarter, so a nice job by the Rangers, and Hill City's only given up 4 points through the last 3 quarters. What do you think there? What was the magic sauce for the Rangers?
We talked about it at halftime and before. I mean, they started to play defense without fouling, right? They just started moving their feet, stopped slapping at the basketball. They made steals, but they were steals where they were anticipating the passes, stepping in front of them, not trying to make the steal by slapping, I guess. So
yep, I couldn't agree more.
The 2-3 zone really actually helped them to be able to do that. Now went back to a man-to-man here in the fourth quarter, and they kind of carried over that defense without fouling in the fourth quarter. So nice job by the Rangers. Obviously made all the difference in the ball game.
That's the insight you're not just going to get just anywhere. You have to come here. Stop fouling, and you'll play better.
You'll play better, yeah. Stop fouling. Move your feet and defend, right?
All right, Rangers 2-3 zone. They're going to run and jump here. Ball goes to the wing. Nice job of handling the pressure by the Patriots. Ball's kicked around. 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be a foul on the Rangers, and that looks like a foul on Ginsbaugh. 4 on her.
So do you think she thinks senior night, I'm just going to foul out on senior night?
Go out just that way, right? So the ball is picked off by Dean. Really unselfish play to throw it ahead to France, and shot on the way is no good. Dean chases down the rebound. Spinning right-handed shot is up and good. So nice job by Dean. 8 points for her tonight.
Yeah, and the Patriots come into the front court. Going to be a turnover to the Rangers. That running clock, it looks like Jalen Peters will check back into the ball game. She's going to have Daryl Franzen take a break. Nice kind of offensive output there by Daryl Franzen in the second half. Like you said, I think she leads the Rangers in scoring this evening. Delaveau with the basketball, over to Dean. 3 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Skip pass to Delaveau. Now Ham. Patriots go zone here. First time tonight. Three-pointer on the way. Going to be deep. Kept alive by Peters, but that's knocked out of bounds, and that'll turn it over to the Rangers. 2:45 left to play. Running clock here, 51-15. Hill City Rangers with the lead. So Rangers going to stay in that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, the Patriots just run what's called an X offense against the zone. You just start your 2 post players on the block, dribble to a wing, have them X through. Rangers steal the ball. It's going to be a foul there on
Martin. Elsa Martin into the ball game here for the Patriots. And Delaveau will go to the bench, and Demi Schreier checks back in for the Rangers.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here in the fourth quarter. 51-15. We have a palindrome.
It is a palindrome.
Really good ball handling there by Dean. Handle the pressure. Schreier left-handed layup, no good. Ham shot on the way, no good. Dean, three-pointer is up, and it is good. So Dean has 11 points tonight, so another Ranger in double figures.
Yeah, nice balance scoring for the Rangers this evening.
Blazure's shot on the way is no good, almost banked in from the deep corner, and Rangers still running as Schreier off to the races is going to miss. Brought down by Hartley.
Now the Patriots bring the ball into the front court quickly. There, that's Hartley with the basketball. Over to Martin. Now Summer with the basketball.
Hartley shot on the way is no good. And the Rangers, Peters on a fast break, so the senior gets into the scoring column on senior night. Rangers will call a timeout to
just to get some subs in here, so.
And another boys score I got for you. Custer's up on Newcastle, 50-26, late third quarter.
All right, so a couple Black Hills conference scores there.
54 seconds left here in the game. Rangers total control after the first quarter here of this game, and you'd like to see the Patriots maybe get a bucket here at the end. Try to run a little loop play. Franson tries to jump it. Blazure's shot on the way is good, and so she's had the hot hand. That's 10 points for her.
Franson to Franson. Over to Wildeman, who checks into the ball game here. Also, Aaliyah Peters into the ball game for the Rangers for the first time tonight. Aspen Venaklassen.
The Rangers look like they're content just running out the clock and either taking a, yeah, it should.
Yeah, I don't think they have to take a shot actually here. And that'll do it. So the Hill City Rangers come away with the victory here against the Douglas Patriots. 56-18, big story from the end of the first quarter on was the Hill City Ranger defense. They give up 7 points in the last 3 quarters to kind of blow this one open.
Yeah,
here.
and that's just kind of the frustrating thing as a fan. You're sitting there watching and you go, I think they're good enough to do that night in and night out. Maybe not quite to that extent, right? That's pretty extreme. That's a heck of a defensive effort. But, I think when they're locked in, they're focused, they're engaged on the defensive energy, this team can really compete and they can really lock some teams down. They're long, they have their front court, they can alter shots. Guards can play up with tempo. So, yeah, fun style of basketball. Leading the way for the Rangers tonight was Daryl Franson with 14 points. Macy Ham, also had 14. And Elena Dean with 11. Dale Schreier with 8. And flipping to the Douglas Patriots, Blazure had 10, 5 for Harris, and then 1 apiece for Blasius, St. Andre, and Johnson.
Yeah, so at the end of each ball game, we like to give our mythical fake game ball. And tonight, for the Douglas Patriots, who do you got?
You know, I think the point guard Blazur, she was so close. She ended up with 10 points, but you know, we said 2 or 3 of those were online that just missed. Felt like she really, you know, she was really obviously the quarterback on the floor for the Patriots.
Yep, and I'm going to also go with Emma Blazier for the mythical fake game ball for the Patriots. If you're a Patriot fan, we don't really have a game ball. It's just something that we do. We don't know if we're allowed, but we do it anyway. On the other side for the Hill City Rangers, you know, there's a lot of girls I think that you could give it to, and I'm going to take the easy way out. It's senior night for the Hill City Rangers. I think we give it to the whole senior class for the Hill City Rangers on their last home regular season game.
Everybody gets a game ball. You get a game ball. You get a game ball. And the senior class really, you know, they leave with a pretty outstanding overall win-loss record. They've done a lot of really cool things. They're great kids. You know, I have 4 daughters of my own, and they look up to these girls. So, yes, absolutely, I will agree with that. Game balls for the seniors.
Yeah, and so this, like we said, is their last home game. They go on the road here this weekend, go to Lakota Tech on Saturday, and then finish up the season at the Custer Wildcats before, if it looks right now, they'll be hosting a Region 8 playoff game, and so probably have one more game, at least one more game back here at Coach Ginn's court. So,
all right, well, thank you for joining us tonight. We will